You know what they say? If you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine. Good morning, sunshine. 6 o'clock, and it's time for morning coffee with Sandy. Better said, it's time for my morning coffee, and I hope you're here joining me. I like this mug because it reminds me of like 1950 diner mug, except it's really heavy. Oh, Opa, I hope you were here for my opening this morning when I said, good morning. If you don't have the sunshine, be the sunshine. There, I did it again for you. You know, we have a chat going on here, right? So if you're here with me, let me know you're here. Say hi. Put a little message up there. Besides, that matters. And hey, we're kind of slowing down on the subscriptions to the site. So tell your friends, I'm trying to build this up. I don't want to stop doing this, but I need to grow it. And I need your help to do that. Okay. Let's see what's going on today. Oh, it's Doggy Gets Fixed Day. You know, I have a rescue. I've had him for a couple weeks now, Beily. Beily is wacky, by the way. You know, I told you he was the perfect dog because he didn't bark, he didn't lick, he didn't shed. I mean, like, perfect, right? Except for I was wrong about the barking part. Oh my God. And he has to be with me 24/7. And if I get out of his sight, he comes looking for me. If I put my shoes on, he thinks I'm going somewhere. So he nips at my feet and gets all excited and wants to go somewhere. If I, oh my Lord, open the door to the garage, he is out in the garage before I am. And unfortunately, if I open the door to the house, whoosh, he's gone. He did that the other day. I think I told you. I was pretty upset. I was just ready to leave the house, had to go run out and mail a letter. He like got outside between my feet and then just took off down the street. But as I do, I hadn't played tennis that morning. So what I decided is to reframe my upset and realize that thanks to Beily, I got some exercise in the morning. Clearly, running after a dog was not what I had in mind, but that's the way it went. Good morning, Pam. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us this morning. So today is the day he gets fixed. I've never experienced that with a dog before. Is he going to hate me when this is over? Is he going to remember I'm the one who took him? But that does bring up a very important conversation. I know because they're going to do surgery on him down there and they don't want him licking himself there. They're going to put the cone of shame around his neck. It turns out that they have in Korea, where they really, really treasure their puppies, they have one that's like a pillow, you know, like what you use on an airplane to sleep. They have like a pillow instead of that harsh cone. Doesn't that sound like a good idea? I hope maybe they have them here too, or if I can find one for Beily. We'll see. Anyway, let's get the doggy fixed day and see if I can find some kind of a softer thing for around his little neck. He's so little. He's only 14 pounds. I've got fingers that weigh more than that. Okay, I know. You know what I mean. It's Columbus Day, and it's Indigenous People Day. So let's talk about that for a minute. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. That's how we remember, right? Except Columbus never got to the United States. No, he got to the Bahamas, I guess, the West Indies. I don't know. Everybody says something different, but apparently he brought with him all kinds of diseases from the other side of the earth. I mean, look, he did prove some really important things. He did prove that you didn't like sail halfway across the ocean and then fall off into nothing. But he did bring a lot of trouble with him when he came. And so we also celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day today, not necessarily just celebrating the explorer / conqueror, but celebrating the people who were here first and the contributions that they made. So it's a weird day in terms of holiday. You'll have to check and see what's open and what's closed around you, because not everything is open and not everything is closed. I looked up fun facts about Indigenous People Day, and there were some very interesting things about what happened around his discovering America. For example, the first celebration of what we called Columbus Day was in New York, and it was in 1792. So it took like 300 years to realize that, oh yeah, we should celebrate this day. It says he made, in 1492, the expedition made landfall on a Caribbean island that he named San Salvador, but it likely was the Waitling Islands in the Bahamas. But he thought he was in East Asia. Talk about getting lost. Wow. And if only he'd had Waze, right? Yeah, he would have found the fastest way to get here. Woohoo! In 1609, the children's poem, Three Blind Mice, was published in London. I think it was a political thing. I'm going to look it up. I didn't have time to do that this morning. Three Blind Mice. Isn't that like the first thing that most kids learn? And it's so, think about it. They cut off their tails with a carving knife. It's not exactly a kid's song. But then kids, I think, are probably a lot tougher than we give them credit for. What else is it? It's Farmer's Day. I mean, what would we do without our farmers, right? Yay, farmers! My mother was born on a farm. As she tells it, she was born on the kitchen table in a farm. How cool is that? It was in Benton Harbor, Michigan. We lived in Chicago, so we used to take trips now and then to Benton Harbor to go visit the farmland. There are some people who were their neighbors who were named the Skellies, and we used to go visit them because their farm was not there anymore or something. But it was so cool. It was like my first experience of what really fresh food was like. I remember picking a cucumber for the first time, and to this day, I love cucumbers. But I remember, isn't that funny? The taste and the smell, the freshness of it. Unbelievable, just unbelievable. And they had all these turkeys, and we had to be really careful because turkeys can be kind of mean, but we used to like run amok among turkeys, which leads me to one of the funniest, most embarrassing bets I've ever made, for sure. I was in college at the time, and chatting with my father, and said something about, I guess we were talking about visiting the farm years and years before. And I said something about, yeah, well, turkeys are so stupid, they drown in the rain. And he said, what are you talking about? And I said, well, everybody knows that turkeys are not smart animals. And when it rains, they try to drink the water and they put their necks up and they swallow so much water that they drown and die. I'd been hearing that my whole life, right? So I assumed it was true. And my father told me I was an idiot. And it wasn't true. And we bet $1. And I lost. But just shortly afterward, I said something about the Isle of Manhattan. I said something about Manhattan Island, and my father said, Manhattan's not an island. And I said, of course it's an island. No, it's not an island. Really? You want to bet that $1 back? Anyway, I got my $1 back. Can you believe he didn't think Manhattan was an island? It's like, really? Why do you think they had all those bridges and stuff? Anyway, visiting New York. Oh, I was supposed to be going to South Africa next month. My brother bought a week stay at a game reserve in South Africa, and I was going to go with him. And we were going to go right around my birthday, except that I got an email from the place about a week ago saying they were so sorry, but because of COVID, they were not reopening yet, and they had to cancel our trip, which actually was great because I wasn't going to go and I forgot to cancel it. But I didn't cancel it partly because I kept waiting till the last minute to see what was going to happen, because you had to use it by the time we were using it. And I didn't want to lose it because it was worth lots of money. But when they canceled it, they extended it for a year. So hopefully I'll get to go next year. I did go one other time to Africa. It was the most amazing journey. I mean, I have so many Africa stories, but we were sitting at dinner last night, and I don't know how we got on animals of Africa, but my nephew said, wow, you should share those stories in the morning. So we're driving along in, oh, actually it wasn't Africa, it was Australia. Now, do you hate me? I saw tons of animals in Africa. And I could tell you stories about those, like the monkeys that just are wild in Gaborone. I mean, like we have dogs and cats running around. They have monkeys everywhere. Everywhere. I mean, I kept a book of all the animals that I saw in Africa and all the birds. It was amazing. But the most amazing part about, I'll talk about Australian animals another time, this time just Africa. We got to go to this game preserve, which was only one of two places where you could still ride an elephant in the wild. This was about 10 years ago. And I can't even tell you how amazing it was. The elephants were not tame elephants, but they were calm enough for you to ride on them. And you go with a guide and you go out into the wilderness, and the smell of the elephants is so strong that the other animals don't smell the humans. Got that? And the elephants are so big that they really don't have a whole lot of enemies because nobody wants to mess with them. So here I am on an elephant in the middle of this wilderness, and I'm like close enough to reach out, and I actually touched a wild giraffe. Seriously. And we would like go into these herds of animals, and they would just like hang out because they didn't know we were there. I know, weird, right? It was so awesome. It was so awesome. Yeah, I love animals. Every trip I go on, even if it's in here in the United States, I base how good the trip was on how many animals I saw. Opa says her birthday is next month too. Wow. We're the same size and we have the same birth month? That's awesome. We'll have to secretly check and see if we're born on the same day. Maybe we're sisters. This could be so amazing. Oh, she says nothing tops fresh cantaloupe straight from the garden. Oh. I was walking down the boardwalk in Santa Barbara, California one year, having just a wonderful summer day, you know, sightseeing and having a good time. And I came across this vendor who was selling hollowed out. When I say hollowed out, I mean, they took the seeds out of a half of a cantaloupe and filled it with vanilla ice cream. I thought I had died and gone to heaven. Whew, you have not lived until you've walked down a boardwalk with a cantaloupe filled with ice cream, walking along, eating the cool and cold together. Oh my God, it was so good. Opa, you're the 18th. I'm the 6th. So I celebrate long before you. And I'm hoping that this year I'll have a happy birthday, but I have a feeling it's still going to be a COVID birthday. But as I tell people, birthday in the time of COVID is the best reason ever to celebrate life. We're still here. Yeah. And speaking of still being here, tomorrow I get to go visit my mother again. I get 1 hour outside with mask, no touching. We won't be alone, so I won't be able to sneak that hug in, but I'll get to see her for an hour. That'll be worth it right there. I'm pretty excited. Yeah. Okay, what else? Oh, I do want to tell you about all the animals in Australia. We will save that. I promise. We'll save that. Let's see. It's National Pulled Pork Day. Sorry, not a big fan, but if you are a fan, I wish you pulled pork for dinner tonight. See, I do this for you as a service, so you don't have to worry about what to make for dinner. It'll tell you what to have for dinner just based on what kind of day it is. Let's see. The Lakers won the 17th NBA championship. Are they really playing basketball right now? I thought we're not playing games. How could they win a championship? This is your sports news for the day, right? Like, I want to keep you informed. Apparently the Dallas Cowboys quarterback got a nasty injury. And I didn't look because they said if you have a weak stomach, don't look. I don't have a weak stomach, but I don't need to know. Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. Remember Pabst Blue Ribbon beer? I guess they still make it. They're making a cannabis seltzer. I mean, wow. I don't know how good that could taste, but I guess maybe it's not all about the taste. I don't know. And in the news this morning, there was a woman who covered her entire body with M&M tattoos. I mean, I don't totally dislike M&M, but I can't imagine covering my body with tattoos to celebrate him either. In 1999, the 6 millionth person was born on the planet. 6 million in 99. I don't even know what the total population is now, but if you don't wear your mask, social distance, wash your hands, and only be with people outside, that number's going down every day. Please take care of yourself. Be safe, because who's going to come and have coffee with me if you're not here? I would miss you guys very, very, very much. Let me just see what the comments are here real quick. No matter how you celebrate, my mama said it's the most important day of your life. Without it, you wouldn't exist. Good birthday advice. My mama always said, whatever age you are is the perfect age to be, which is, I guess, why I never had issues about turning 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 or even 70. Yeah, I'm going to be 71 in just a few weeks. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I can remember when I thought that was old enough to die. I'm not nearly ready. Oh, that's very funny. I just told you about the woman who covered herself with M&M tattoos. She said, wait until her M&Ms start to sag. Oh, my goodness. Opa, I could be your mother. Okay, so we're not twin sisters. I'll be your mother instead. All right, so my job is to find out what Three Blind Mice was really about. And tomorrow, I'll tell you about koalas and echidnas and snakes and kangaroos and emus. I have so many great Australian animal stories for you. Until then, let's wish my animal an easy day as he gets his weenie whacked. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.